Hi, my name is Tetyana from SPELLCROW and welcome to our new channel. This video will be an introduction to our first fantasy card game, Dyniaq Weird Treasures, which was released at the beginning of October. And I will also show you what's inside the box so you can gain the overall look at the game. The link to our website and the social media will be in the description to this video. And if you have any questions, please write comments. We will answer as soon as possible. Enjoy watching this video and please subscribe our channel so you can follow our news. Okay, this is the box of the game. Okay, I hope you like how it looks. The game is for 2 up to 5 players and it's perfect for kids and adults. If you have a kid like 8 years old or more, the game will be good for him or her. The game lasts 20 minutes, more or less. It depends on the situation, obviously. And first of all, I will show you the instruction. You will find it also in PDF version on our website. You can read it for free. This is the instruction part. Here you have the setting up. Here you have the cycle. The cycle is a turn. It's only a different name, but it means the same. The cycle with all 4 phases in the game. And here is the how to win section and special rules of the cards. But for me, the second part of this flyer is much more interesting because it is a short legend of Dyniaqs, the pumpkin-headed creatures that live in the secret garden. Here you have an explanation why they are collecting all these cucurbits. I think it's important when you play the game to know the purpose, why you do all that. It's only a small piece of the story because the description of the world that Dyniaqs live in is much more wide, and we will release it on Halloween this year, so you can follow our website and our Facebook and we will update the information as soon as possible. So you will be able to read the PDF version of the Secret Garden add-on to the skirmish game we have. But I will tell you more about it in the next videos. Okay, let's start looking at the cards. First of all, I will show you the Dyniaq cards. These are the cards that you draw at the beginning of the game. Each player draws 1 Dyniaq. Each Dyniaq has its own name and there are 5 types of cucurbits that he needs to collect. Here are these types and the numbers are below. These numbers mean how many cucurbits of this type he needs to collect, and when someone collects all the cucurbits, he needs to declare it at the end of the cycle and he wins the game definitely. Here we have a Hohole card. The Hohole lets you end the game quicker, and there is exactly 1 Hohole in the pile. There are 4 crows in the game, and crows are basically your line of defense during the game. When someone throws a cucurbit at you, you can defend your pouch. The pouch is the space above your Dyniaq card where you collect all the cucurbits. And the majority of the cards are just cucurbits. Cucurbits look like this, and there are some special cards. There are exactly 4 types of special cucurbits. It's a pretty one, a white card, a rotty brown card, a weirdo is a pink card, and also a freshie, which is a yellow card, and it is here, a patty pan freshie. They have also the symbols, so they are very easy to recognize when you play. At the beginning of the game, when each of the players choose 1 Dyniaq, you take the Dyniaq and put it face down on the table in front of you. And you can look at the Dyniaq whenever you want, anytime in the game, but nobody else should know what you are collecting during the whole game. When you choose your Dyniaqs, you need to shuffle all the cards, all the cucurbit cards, a Hohole, and the 4 crows you have. You shuffle them all and set a cucurbit plains pile that will be in the middle of the table, and the game starts. There are 4 phases in the game, and you start from gathering from plains. These are cucurbit plains, and these are cucurbit plains. All of you take 5 cards from this pile. When you take them, the second phase comes, and it's called a strange fair. In the strange fair, you can trade the cucurbits you have and exchange them with other players. So, for example, you need some pumpkins because you need to collect 3 or 4 pumpkins, or you don't have any pumpkins on your hand. So you ask your friends, does anyone have any pumpkins? And they will answer or not, because you need to declare if you trade or not. So if someone has a pumpkin, you just ask, okay, what do you need in exchange? And if he wants, for example, a patty pan, and you have a patty pan on your hand, you can exchange the card. You can both exchange the cards. So you put the cards face down on the table and exchange them. But here is the most important part of this phase. If you have this type of card, a weirdo, this is the card of cheaters. You can cheat your friend with this card, and for example, you declare that you would like to have a pumpkin, okay? And you can give your friend a squash, for example. So if you have a weirdo, you can declare that you will give him a squash, but you will give him a weirdo instead, a weirdo pumpkin, and he didn't need a pumpkin, so he won't be very happy. When it's all done and everyone declares that they trade or not, the next phase comes, collecting in a pouch. So you have your Dyniaq card right here. The empty space above your Dyniaq is your pouch, and you can put up to 2 Dyniaqs in this pouch. There is a freshie card, it looks like this. This is the yellow card, and you can put it as a 3rd card in your pouch, not counted to the limit. So this is a great card if you want to put more cucurbits in your pouch. Okay, so when all of you put the cucurbits, you start the cucurbit fights, which is the last phase of the cycle. And anyone who has this card, Twinkle, which is the beginning card, has to attack. He cannot choose not to attack because he has this card, so he needs to. And attacking looks like this. You throw the aubergine at your friend on the left, because attacking is always at the player on the left. You attack with the aubergine, and if the player on the left doesn't have an aubergine or a crow to defend himself, he will lose 1 cucurbit of your choice. So you choose, for example, I don't know, a squash or a patty pan, and you send it to the discard pile right next to the cucurbit plains pile. And you attack until all of you attack or not. But whoever has a Twinkle card needs to attack. Okay, and the cycle ends, and you start from the gathering from plains. So you draw 5 cards. In the whole game, you need to have 5 cards maximum, no more, on your hand. And you play until one of you completes all cucurbits. So at the end of the cycle, you need to declare that, okay, I have all cucurbits and I won the game. Great. But if you, for example, have a Hohola card, you can end the game quicker. If you are sure that you have a better situation than your opponents, you can put this card before the gathering from plains, so before the first phase of the cycle, put it on the table. And other players know that this is the last cycle of the game. After it ends, you count the points and see who won. Points are counted this way. The game ended, and you have 1 courgette, here it is, yeah, and 4 squashes. And you have like 4 pumpkins, but you needed to collect 5, okay? For each completed type of cucurbits, you get 1 point. If there's a tie between you and other players, the number of these cards, pretty ones, determines who wins the game. So it's also really important to have some pretty ones in the pouch, but they can be taken away if someone attacks you and you don't have a card to defend yourself. It's always worth for your attacker to get this card from you, because it may decide if you win or not. So, okay, one important thing. the Hohole ends the game quicker. But if you have a Crow and a Hohole on your hand, you have to immediately put these both cards, and it follows the same as with Hohole. This is the last cycle of the game. At the end of the cycle, you count the points and see who won. I think that's all about the game. I hope that that it was understandable and you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you soon. Please subscribe to our channel and write comments below to share your opinions on the game, on everything what I said. If you have any questions, also write in comments below, and you can write to our email address or via Messenger on Facebook. Okay, thank you very much for your attention, and bye.